All right. Well, thanks for letting us come by. My name is Dallas Tarkenton. I am not a High Point grad. I think I'm one of the only few people in the program who did graduate from High Point. I graduated from the University of Mary Washington back in 2017. So yes, I am old. Along with that, I coached college swimming for about 4.5 years, and I realized that is my calling, and I really wanted to pursue my education further. And I said my younger brother went here for undergrad. I'm going to go here for my master's program. So that's how I ended up here. And I have loved the CBL program. Honestly, I've learned a lot, really improved my communication skills, teamwork skills, some data decision from my wonderful data decision professor right here. And it's really been a useful tool and propelled me to getting a job with Kimley Horn, which is a urban planning firm, Fortune 100 company. I'm really excited to be working there this summer.
So my name is Maddie, and I did go here. So I graduated last year in with a communication degree and a marketing minor. So I enjoyed my time here so much, and I said, well, I'll stick around for a little longer. I was a little apprehensive about doing the program at first because it is a new program, and I'd heard some things before, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it. And the program is really something worthwhile if you want it. If you want to put in the time and get something out of it, you will get something out of it. If you want to coast by, I guess that's your decision. But it really is a program that is structured in a way, if you want it, you'll get a lot out of it. And I think we can definitely say that we wouldn't have gotten the jobs we've gotten. We wouldn't be the people we are, just confidence wise, without this degree. And I am really just grateful that I took it seriously, and now we're doing pretty well.
So again, we'll real quickly, we went over ourselves. We're going to just talk about master's degrees in general, because some of you might be on the fence on whether or not you want to get a master's degree. We'll talk a little bit more about the CBL itself, and then we'll have you guys again fill out that little survey at the end. All right, so real quick, with master's degrees right now, so just so you guys know, 23%, that's the amount of salary increase you can see just from getting a master's degree. So if you had a 65K salary coming out with an undergrad degree, it's a little high, but if you're in the New York City area or something like that, it's pretty standard. You could get all the way up to a bump in 80K range, basically. So if you want to make a lot of money and you just want to put in an extra year of your time, it's really worth it from a money standpoint. Then you have 18%. So according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, jobs requiring a master's degree are projected to increase 18%. That's a lot. I hope you realize that. That's, you getting your master's degree will help you not only just getting a job, but furthering your career as a whole. So you really should start considering getting your master's degree regardless. A lot of my friends have already, whether that's in different fields besides communication. But if you're looking in that communication or business field, this is a great opportunity for you to get it in 1 year's time.
So why this specific program? So it gives you this workplace skill set. A lot of us are probably communications majors, but a lot of people in our program aren't just communication and business majors. And that's been really vital for us just to know how some of these other majors think. So some of our science majors are just really analytical, and they're able to think really outside of the box, because that's kind of what they do. And so it's been really interesting seeing all these art majors and all these other people that you wouldn't normally have class with come in, and as students, it's like, wow, I'm learning all about perspective. And you're also learning in a group setting how to deal with people who may have a different skill set than you do. Next, negotiate salaries and deals and etc. This probably is the most important part, at least for me, because I didn't know that I could negotiate my salary on the first try. So I didn't really have that much job experience besides internships, but I'm not like Dallas, where I had a couple of years under my belt in corporate business. I don't have that. So I thought, I have nothing to leverage. Whatever they give me, I'm going to take. No, let me tell you that. No, especially my ladies, because there is a little bit of a stigma when ladies ask for salary bonuses in negotiation, that mean oh, they're asking too much. It's a little different than men. We're getting that out of our heads, and we're changing that now and here and today. So I never realized that I had that power and capability to negotiate my salary. So I did, and it's great. I'm super happy with it. Got a sign-on bonus, and I would have never even asked or had the knowledge to how to go about that if I didn't take some of these classes. So from a confidence standpoint, I now carry my head a little higher because I know my worth. I know the skills that I have now because of this master's, and coupled with my undergrad, I'm a lot more competitive in the field now. Next, become a vital team member. A lot of working is working with other people. And sometimes you get a group that you're like, I don't know how to work this. I need to figure it out. That's where all these leadership skills come in. You start to sort of figure out how to motivate people, how to bring everyone on the same pace. You just become not only a good team worker, but you're becoming a leader in that sense. So I had a friend who was just kind of slacking off a little bit, just noticed that the work she was putting in wasn't super quality. And so I just sat her aside for a little bit. I was just like, so how are you doing? Like, how are you? And she was like, I'm paying for this degree, I'm working, and like it's been really stressful and like really overwhelmed. It's like, wow, well, thanks for sharing. Like, is there anything I can do to help you? I didn't do anything, but her work went up so much more because it was someone who listened. And that's skills that I'm learning in this program, just how to be a good motivator, how to be a leader. And a lot of it is just getting to know the people you're working with. So that's just one example of how to be a leader and working with a team member. I mean, we probably have so many examples of how this program specifically has helped like in that collaboration mindset, but it's definitely one of those skills that when you walk into a job interview, you're like, yeah, I'm a good team member, but let me tell you how.
All right, so just last little thing for today. So pull out your phones. We got a couple QR codes up here for you. The first thing, this is, I don't want to say mandatory, but it is really required, quote unquote. It's a survey just to fill out whether you thought we were really persuasive. Did we change your opinion on the CBL program at all? Shouldn't take very long to fill that out. And then the second stuff up here, so this is entirely optional, but as we have learned in the program, it's all about connections. The whole world is all about making connections. Maddie and I are going to be in the DC area, starting this summer. And if you guys are interested in working up there or having internships up there, or even moving up there in the future, or just want to have some connections up there, it's important to make those connections. We're going to be in the area. We can, give you advice on the work area up there, or just the CBL program. Also, if you have any questions, just message us there. So that's also available to you. But do you guys have any other questions while you're filling out those surveys? Yes.
What has been your least favorite thing about being part of the program? I'm doing it next year, so
Ooh, okay.
I just want to know the pros and cons.
I think that's really good. I think my least favorite, it's the same school, right? So like you kind of know the same people, and so you're like not really getting out there in the same ways that maybe if you went somewhere else. But because it is a school that you're familiar with, you're kind of able to just like dive in right away without that awkward, like, man, I hope everyone likes me in my class. Like, everyone in your class for the most part, at least they know the same things and whatnot. And so that's like switch into grad school is pretty seamless because of that. But at the same time, sometimes I have to remind myself, I'm like, I'm in grad school. Like there's different, the school work is different. So sometimes not being able to separate undergrad from graduate can get pretty challenging, but I would say it's mostly a benefit because I didn't have to do the whole awkward transition thing. I'm like, all right, I know what I'm doing. Let's just do it. Anyone else? What? Yes.
What are the types of classes you take?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So you really have your core classes. So you have persuasion, negotiation, leadership, data and decision making, which he teaches. So you like her, it's a good one.
Other people teach too. You can speak.
What are the other two core classes after that? I'm trying to remember.
An ethics class.
Ethics class, and then
I think you can.
strat messaging.
Yeah, strategic message design.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me touch on that class. real
Okay,
quick,
go for it.
'cause I really liked it. So we had to read a book called Writing Without Bullshit, and I was like, okay, that's colorful. And so it's all about just writing, and it changed my writing entirely because I noticed for a long time I was just using fluff words. And so even in my emails to people, I would have little sayings that I didn't need, like, sorry for wasting your time, but I hope we can. It's like, no, I need to meet at this time and place and do like, just say what you need to say. And so that really changed my writing in a professional sense, because then I started being a lot more persuasive in my writing and not filling in with all these little fluff words I really didn't need. So that was really important. And then when I got my job, I showed them the whole proposal project that we did. And that was a big deal, I think, for getting the job. And we also take capstone.
Yes, two capstone semesters, and then along with that, you also have your elective courses, which I really like. The elective courses.
Some of those elective courses can be, so I'm taking an equity, diversity, and inclusion class because as leaders, we should, know these things. So I'm taking that. I took another ethics course that I really liked. I was really surprised how much I liked like philosophy and ethics. I did not really think that was something I'd find interesting, but you can really get into the details and then just kind of look at your world and be like, wow, so much there. Whatever electives have you taken?
I'm trying. I keep focusing on this persuasion class, though. I will say the one we're presenting for this has probably been the most influential class for me, as just, I came from a swimming coaching background, and transitioning into the workforce. This class has truly changed how I interact, view myself, just the way I discuss with people in terms of just, job offers and everything, I can't speak highly enough about it. And remember, like, I'm not coming from the High Point experience per se. So I definitely came in with a different mindset and a different background. And this class has been, truly fantastic. And it's very fun. A lot of work, I would say this class has been, but it's been a lot of good work, I would say too.
Are you in Robin Linden's class?
What? Sorry.
Are you guys don't have Miss Robin?
No, we don't. No, we have Dr. Watkins.
Dr. Watkins.
Oh, she's cute. I like that.
Oh, she's
awesome.
great.
She's
Oh
awesome.
man, she's cool. She'll be taking over the capstone program. So I would recommend, if you're gonna sign up for capstone, sign up with her. But
Yeah.
I am biased. So yeah. Any other questions?
It's a big program. There are a lot of
Yeah.
Actually, there are 5 classes and a lot of different sections.
It's definitely a big program. Well, if you need anyone to recommend you to any companies in DC, like I said, Dallas and I would be